All right, so we just finished the live with you guys. So what do we do next?
So now we have to start setting up the table. So we have to put the chairs together. Okay. And then we're going to show you a little bit more from the shopping hall. But let's check the front door because I'm hoping the bed frame has arrived so we have a place to sleep tonight. Okay, so let's go check it out. Yeah, fingers crossed.
That's the last thing that we're waiting for now, and then we're going to go look for some rocks because...
Yes, yes. Here it is. Boom.
All right, so here is the bed. Thank God, because now we have a place to sleep.
So excited, so excited. Okay. Yeah, it's 2 people heavy.
All right. You want me to go get some or you want me to help you?
Oh, I'll call a friend.
Well, I cannot tell you how much fun we're having decorating this little apartment, and it's all coming together. Buying the furniture and accessories has been one of my favorite things. And actually we took a trip to Alabama yesterday. 10 years ago.
Love those penguins.
I do, to this day I do. Yeah.
We're gonna have to bring them back.
You should. You should.
We'll call them Ramon.
Yeah, and the way we displayed him is like we did out of styrofoam. We did a slide around the tree. I have pictures of it, and then we put him like this, and they were sliding. And then on the edge of the it was like an icicle that went around the tree, and it was a big display, and it was inspired. I mean, from the wreath outside on the shop. So when you first walk in, it was like all white and black and white with silver because of the penguins.
Was that the year that Sarah Jessica Parker was in the showroom and was like, "This is so cool with the tree on this side is like all crystal, and the tree on this side is black and white."
She posted it on her Instagram.
Oh, that's what.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Or her team did. Like it was her
Somebody,
page.
yeah, there was a crew.
Yeah, there was a crew with her, but someone our team shared with us that she had posted it on her page.
You probably like just missed her.
Oh, maybe. I would have probably not known who she was back then. I know now. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So I was just telling David that fruit this year was going to be, I know you're doing so good with it, but I saw it on market and we got to find out that David is to blame for the fruit because he loves that traditional look.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, he does like the traditional. We've tried a lot of different versions of the traditional, everything from the tinsel.
Like the retro, like my grandmother growing up. I remember. Yeah, the tree that we used to put up.
You guys will see all of that to visit our friends at David Christopher's. And I was talking to Jen. She said she was watching the videos and that it was very brave to just basically move without anything from San Diego and to start over. And I have been planning on this for many years because I've always wanted to just do it right. You know, when you live in these diverse apartments and homes, when you move from like one home to the next, you start to accumulate things, and then before you know it, you have like all this mismatched piece of furniture and accessories. And so I always wanted to just clean the slate and start over. So let me tell you, we're having a lot of fun doing this. Let's watch some more. All right, so now we have a shopping hall to record, 4 chairs to put together, a dining room, a dining table to put together, and a bed, Vanna White over here, a bed to put together. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, let's do the table so we have a place to sit and eat.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to see if we can go maybe shopping for some carpets or rugs
Like
under the bed, perhaps.
Yeah, we need to get a rug because once we put the bed together, then it's gonna be kind of hard to.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's get it together.
Let's go shopping.
All right, let's do it. All right, you guys, so here we're putting together the table. It was really not that easy. You know, one thing about me is that I do not like to follow manuals or read instructions. However, Jamison is like the 100% opposite. So I'm so thankful that he was around because there is no way that I could have done this all by myself. It was not easy. It's almost like a Jenga puzzle that you have to put together, and there's many parts to it. But like I said, Jamison did get it together. He likes to read instructions and follow them. So I would appreciate if you give Jamison a thumbs up on this video or leave him a comment because he also loves to read your comments, and just say thanks to Jamison because now we have a super cute table to sit. And also just a reminder, I will come up with a series about rating my Wayfair furniture so that you guys know what we bought and what rating we give it in case that you too are looking for some piece of furniture. But now let's just get back to the video.
Well, and we're back to the fun part of any kind of project. We have our table, chairs need to be assembled. That's the next step. And here we are sweeping, but it's not glitter. So it's a good thing. It'll come up fast and back to it.
All right, let's do it. All right, you guys, so we're done putting the table together. On that time lapse, it looked really easy, but let me just say, it took us about, what, Jameson, probably 30 minutes to do it.
I'd say at least 30.
At least 30 minutes. It looks really cute. Now we have 4 chairs to put together. And then we're gonna take a pause because we have got to go back to my brother's apartment and finish cleaning the room where we stay and the bathroom where we stay. And then we have to go look for an area rug for the dining room. Not the dining room, but the bedroom, because before we set up the bed, we have to have that area rug down. Have a long way to go. So keep watching. It's getting together and it's looking really good. It is indeed looking really good and it's coming together just fine. I cannot wait for you guys to witness the transformation of this little apartment. But before we do that, actually, I want to take you back to our home in San Diego and I want to share with you how we decorated the kitchen in one of the spring, I think it was spring of 2020 when this happened. So let's take a look. If you are anything like me, you most likely live in a regular size home with a regular size kitchen, especially if you are renting your apartment and there is nothing you can do about the size of your kitchen or the shape. But what you can do is control the way you decorate your kitchen. And today I'm gonna give you some pointers on how I decorate my rather small kitchen and make it look homey and put together. And I'm gonna start on this side right here. I went ahead and start with a blue and white palette. You guys know that I love blue and white, and I have to carry that throughout my home to make a cohesive look. So right here, I chose this white container and I put all wooden spoons, which is going to be my accent element, wooden elements. So right here I put some wooden spoons and some whisks on this really pretty container, and I try to keep it simple because this is my prepping area, so I really do need to have some space to work with. Right here I selected all my pots and pans on this beautiful blue color, so that way it looks cohesive even if they are out because you just got done cooking or making a soup or just dinner for your family. And then also I select a collection of these rubber spatulas on these colors that have blue and white, so that way it's cohesive. And I have this beautiful spoon holder from, I think I got that at Target if I'm not mistaken. They really do come in handy. That way you don't have splatters all over your kitchen, because another way to have a beautiful kitchen is to have a clean kitchen. So now over here I selected a collection of napkins. These were sent to me by a viewer, Cynthia. If you're watching, thank you. I just want you to know that I do use my napkins that you sent. Over on this side, I selected a cute little lamp because you guys know that I like to have lighting in the kitchen. And then this tray right here that I'm gonna get closer to you so you can see. I like to use a tray to gather all of my materials in the kitchen. And as you guys can see right here, I have a collection of bottles that I use for my oil and my vinegars, my salt shaker and pepper shaker. And this right here, I am Mexican, so we cook a lot with bouillon cubes. So I just like to conceal them in this beautiful crystal container that I got at a thrift store somewhere. So this is the tray that I use. I'm gonna put it back because I don't want my kitchen to be disorganized. And then over here, as you can see, I have a wine kind of bar that I like to set out when my friends come over because it is pretty looking and you can always have your wine and have your style as well. Over here I have a selection of cutting boards because I collect them. Now I want to talk to you guys about the plates that we got at the thrift store on my last thrift haul. If you have not seen the Goodwill haul, I'm going to link it somewhere over here in the screen and down below so you can check it out. And I just want to show you how beautiful they look by putting a plate hanger. I'm gonna go ahead and hang this right here on the wall. I have already pre-haul or pre-nailed my wall, so I'm just gonna show you that adding a collection to your kitchen really does add a lot of character. I'm gonna do this guy right here. Let me make sure that I'm doing it right. I'm gonna do this little one right here, a big one to create a little bit more of drama, and then I'm gonna add the last one over here And as you guys can see, it really frames the door. It looks really beautiful with the gather sign. I'm collecting more for the top because I want the blue and white plates to go all the way around. Over on this side, I have my coffee, and I really like to keep it simple. So I just use a blue and white plate to hold this container with my coffee pods. I always like to have some separation between the counter and whatever it is that I'm using, so I just like to use it there. Then over here I have another one of these blue napkins like the one I have over here on the stove, so that way I bring the pattern over to this side. And the sink I usually use for kind of like arranging flowers, so this is just for the show. I don't usually keep silk flowers in my sink, but I just wanted to show you this is sometimes where I prep my flowers, and I like to have the area cleaner and decluttered, so I have access to all of the items that I need. Then over on this side, I want to show you another little tray, and I want to show you something. So this is another find at a thrift store, and that's where I hold my sponge. So if it has to be out, might as well look pretty. This is from IKEA, and I usually like to buy blue soap so that way it coordinates with the kitchen. I know that's kind of silly, but it makes me happy. And this guy I found at Goodwill for $1.99, you guys. It's another little plate, and if you put it all together, I just left the price there so you can see that it was $1.99. If you put it all together like this, now it doesn't have to look so unsightly, but this looks really pretty. Just put together like here, right next to my sink, and it kind of goes with the kitchen. We did a whole video on how to decorate around the house with plants, and so I put just this bouquet of greenery right here that brings the green into the kitchen, and this wooden container right here, and a little candle, and that's how easy it is to decorate a kitchen that looks beautiful, put together, and cohesive with your home. All right, you guys, so we are once again leaving Ross Dress for Less with this beautiful rug that we found for only $99. We're going to go home, place it down and the floor, let it rest. I don't know if you know this, but when you buy a brand new rug, you have to let it rest for at least 24 hours so that way it gets flattened. Exactly. This is a beautiful pattern, so we're gonna go home and play with it, and we'll show you what it looks like with the bed and everything already done.
Stay tuned.
Now, I'm always telling you that textiles is one of the best ways, along with paint, to change the look of your room. And in this case, we chose a beautiful rug that I cannot wait for you guys to see in this space. It's coming along so well, and I'm going to do a home tour. Well, it's going to be an apartment tour really soon, so you guys can see the progress that we've done. I am having a blast decorating these spaces, but now we're going to go back to the video, and I'm going to share with you a beautiful, super simple Easter spring tablescape decorations to inspire you, because you guys, spring is just around the corner. So I want to share this real quick with you, and we'll be back with more. All right, everyone, so we're gonna start this tablescape with this beautiful charger you guys have seen me use before, and you will see continuously on this video. I love this rattan charger from a store back in Kansas called Nail Hills, and they're made out of wicker rattan, so I just absolutely love it, especially for spring, because it gives you that almost like a basket feel. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this beautiful dish that has a lot of green. Remember, our theme for this spring is green and orange, or peach color, very sorbet color. So this dish I absolutely love. It's from a local boutique here in San Diego. Now it has a lot of pattern, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down that pattern with a simple white dish right here. I always like to do this. Now here's a secret, you guys. I always like to use unexpected items like this charcuterie board. They're mini like cutting boards. I just thought they were so cute. These are from Target, from the Hearth and Hand collection. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. And like I said, that just breaks down the color and it kind of pulls in from the table. Now here's a cool thing I want to share with you. So I have these sheer napkins that I bought here at a local store. Leave me a comment if you guys want to see a link for this napkin right here. And then also these ones from the same store. I love this sorbet orange color with a flower pattern, and it's almost the same pattern as the one on the dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer the sheer first, and then this napkin right here, and I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to gather all of it right here to create almost this carrot. You know, it looks like a carrot with the orange and then the green coming out of it. Now here is my favorite thing this spring, is this table ring holder from David Christopher's. You guys, they have limited quantities, so be sure to go to davidchristopher's.com and get yourself a set of these beautiful polka dotted ear bunny ring holders. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up like this. Now here's the cool thing about this napkin ring holder, guys. Every ear is wired, so what I like to do is I like to bend this guy right here, so that way it looks more like a bunny. I think it's super cute. All right, so then for my stemware, I'm going to use some green stemware from a local antique store, and then to elevate the look, I'm also going to use just a glass with a silver rim that I'm going to do for water and perhaps some orange juice. Now my favorite way to do my flatware is by using this knife rest. I've been collecting knife rest for a long time, and so I'm going to put my knife rest, and remember that knife and spoon have 5 letters just like the word right, and fork has 4 letters just like the word left, so that's how we know. So this is what our dish stack is going to look. Now I'm going to bring the centerpiece and give you the full result. You know, one of the things that I love about being here now is because my brother is literally just around the corner, about 4 doors down. And so the other day he invited us to go to the movie theater, and this is what happened. Okay, so today is Thursday, and we decided to come to the movies with my brother, who loves movies like I do. Fun fact about us, we grew up in a household where we were always watching movies on the weekends, so coming to the movies. We also worked in one of those like blockbuster places, so it is always super fun to come and check it out. So we're gonna check out the new Scream movie, and that's another fun fact. It's one of my favorite movies, and I'm super excited to see the return of Sidney Prescott to the franchise. I can talk to you about movies just how I can talk to you about Jesus all day long. So let's see what this movie is about. All right, well, I just want to take a second to thank you guys so much for all of the sweet comments that you're leaving on the videos. It really is humbling to know how many of you are so interested in all of this new change. When we first decided to come to Nashville, it was a little bit of a scary of a thought. However, I am having a lot of fun, and so is James, and I can speak for him, that we're having a lot of fun furnishing this place, bringing you along, which was my whole intention, was to bring you along. And there's still so much more to come. We have a few more vlogs coming up with the furniture and the accessories. And then also, as I said earlier, we took a trip to Alabama yesterday to go see Jen and David from David Christopher's. I'm going to leave you with a sneak peek of some of the Christmas items that you will be seeing this holiday season. But before I do that, I want to say one more time, thank you so much for watching today. If you like traditional, you're going to love this one right here. It's a nutcracker theme with this oversized tin nutcracker heads. Check this out, how absolutely gorgeous that is. It is a nutcracker that sits on top of a drum. They're 2 separate pieces. I absolutely love it. I'm always telling you the oversized ornaments like this really stand out and make your tree look even more luxurious and elegant. Love the combinations of ribbon. If my cameraman would zoom in to this jewel ornament ribbon right here, and check out these beautiful glass, made out of glass ornaments right here as well. I also love the combination of the velvet strips of ribbon with these jewel ornaments, and what really stands out to me is the combination of multiple. Check this out, Jameson. Wow, look at this. It's also a jewel ribbon that combines very well with this, and it just creates more texture on your Christmas tree. This is one of my favorite ones so far, but we're not even halfway down. We're gonna continue taking you around and see more beautiful Christmas trends for Christmas 2026. Keep watching.